As we all begin to arrive, go ahead and take a comfortable seat on your mat. And just beginning to shift your awareness to your breath. Allowing your eyes to close. And turning your attention inward. You begin to connect to the breath. Just begin scanning your body for any areas that you may be holding on to any tension. And see if you can take a couple breaths into those spots. On the inhale, envisioning healing. And on the exhale, release. And if you haven't already, we're going to activate the Ujjayi breath. So you'll take that breath in and out through the nose. And you'll feel the air sipping against the back of your throat. It'll make a little whisper noise. Feeling your knees relax open. Your hips sink deeper into the earth. Shoulders dropping down away from your ears. Just a gentle tuck in your tailbone, tucking your belly in, drawing the crown of the head up towards the sky. And a couple more breaths here. And gently allowing your eyes to open. I want you to take your fingers and interlace them. And from here, pressing your palms forward, drawing your elbows together. And then drawing your shoulder blades down. Go ahead and lift your palms up towards the sky. Breathing into the shoulders. One more deep breath here. And on your exhale, releasing. We're going to go ahead and switch the interlace of the fingers. So putting the other pinky on top now. And then again, pressing forward, drawing those elbows together, then drawing the shoulder blades back and together, and dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, and lifting the palms up towards the sky. Just continuing to connect with that deep breath here. Lengthening in the side body. And on an exhale, release. Releasing the hands. Inhale, drawing the arms up. Palms facing each other. Exhale, your right hand to the mat. And taking a side bend. Breathing into this bend. On your next inhale, coming up through center. And exhale over to the other side. Maybe gently pressing into that bottom hand. So finding length in both sides, not collapsing. On your next inhale, coming up through center, and again, finding that length in the spine, and on your exhale, beginning to forward fold. Let's just take a couple breaths with a nice straight spine, crown drawing forward. And then as you're ready, beginning to just release in the head and neck, shoulders, letting them fall towards the floor. On your next inhale, beginning to walk your hands over towards the right knee. And again, drawing that spine nice and straight before releasing into the fold. If you feel that left hip wanting to come up off the ground, just encourage it back down with your hands. On your next inhale, beginning to walk through center. Exhale over to the other side. Again, lengthening that spine before you fold over that left knee. On your next inhale, coming through center and pushing up. And from seated, we're just gonna open up in the neck a little bit. So just starting by dropping the chin towards the chest. Allowing those shoulders to drop down. On an inhale, coming up through center, and exhale, drawing the chin up towards the sky. And go ahead and move through this a few times at the pace of your own breath. Exhaling, chin down. Inhaling up. And meeting at neutral, go ahead and drop that right ear towards that right shoulder. Just taking a breath here. On your next inhale, up through center, and then dropping towards the left. Inhaling center. And then go ahead and just take a half circle. So dropping your right ear to the right shoulder, and then chin to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. And then back down. Just a few half circles. And if you find a spot that's particularly tight, you can pause there. And as you're ready, making your head back to neutral. And beginning to come to your hands and knees. As you find that neutral spine here, go ahead and stack your knees under your hips, wrists under shoulders, spreading the palm and fingertips nice and wide. We're going to come into cat-cow, inhaling, drawing the crown and tailbone up, and exhale, pressing into the hands and knees, arching the spine. Moving at the pace of your own breath for a few rounds. As you're ready, coming to neutral spine. You go ahead and drop that right foot back, dropping the ball of the foot on the ground. Really pressing out through that heel. And then from here, lifting that leg up parallel to your mat. Go ahead and draw the opposite arm forward. And we're going to add some movement. Inhaling. And on your exhale, drawing your knee to your elbow. Inhaling forward. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale forward. Exhale, knee to elbow. 2 more times. Inhaling forward. Exhale, crunching. 1 more time. And go ahead and release that knee and hand back to the mat. And drawing the left foot back. Ball of the foot on the mat. Really extending out through that heel, finding length through the back of the leg. Really all the way through your body, out through the crown. Go ahead and draw that leg up, parallel to the mat. And drawing your opposite right arm forward. Once you found your balance here, you're going to take an inhale and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, knee to elbow. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more times, inhaling and exhaling. And once more. And then dropping your hand and knee to the mat, tucking the toes under, beginning to press the hips up and back into down dog. Go ahead and just take a few breaths here. Maybe walk the heels out. 1 foot and then the other. And on your next inhale, bending deeply into the knees, gazing forward. And exhale, walking or floating your feet to your hands. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart. We're going to go float through a couple of vinyasas. Inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, placing your hands and stepping or jumping back into high plank. Let's take an inhale at the top of the plank. And exhale, you can drop straight down or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. And exhaling back into down dog. Go ahead and inhale that right leg up, 3-legged dog. And bending the knee, stepping through. Go ahead and shimmy the back edge of that foot out to the edge of your mat so you can bring both hands on the inside of that foot. And we're just going to take a few breaths here in low lunge. Maybe you move a little bit back and forth, working into the hips, finding some release there. And then placing that back knee on the mat. I'm going to take it a little bit deeper. Maybe you feel a pretty deep stretch right here. Maybe you want to come down onto your elbows. And on your next inhale, beginning to press up. We're going to walk that foot all the way across to the other side of the mat and placing the full shin on the mat. Go ahead and make your way down onto your elbows, maybe all the way, maybe you can even put your forehead on the mat. And if you feel your hips dropping to one side or the other, see if you can square them off. You might even take your hand and place it on your sacrum just to see. And the hips being a place where we store a lot of unprocessed emotions. We're just going to spend a little bit of time here. Really breathing into the edge, into the stretch. See if you can find that sweet spot where you may be holding on to that tension, and just really give it some love. And on your next inhale, beginning to press up. Onto your hands, tuck your back toes under, pressing the hips up to release that bottom foot, and stepping back into down dog. Inhaling the left foot up, and exhale, stepping through to low lunge. Shimmy the foot forward if you need, and then the back edge out to the back, to the side of the mat. Maybe you move forward and backwards a little bit here. And dropping that back knee to the mat. Maybe dropping down onto your elbows. And just continuing to connect with that breath. The practice of yoga is really all about the breath. On your next inhale, pressing up and shimmying that foot over to the opposite side of the mat and coming down into pigeon. Again, you might just place a hand on the sacrum, seeing if your hips feel even. And once you've got that, go ahead and drop down into it and just enjoy a few breaths here. We create more space. We're bringing the new things into our lives that we would like to see. On your next inhale, beginning to press up. And then from here, tucking the toes under, shifting the hips up and back, and then coming back into down dog. And just reconnecting with the breath here, fingers wide, Palms pressing strongly into the mat. Maybe bending into your knees. Really pressing that tailbone up, finding length of the spine. And pressing those heels back. We're gonna go through one more vinyasa before we make our way to the mat. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, rising up into crescent. And exhale, bending at the elbows, pressing the chest and heart forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, placing hands along the side of the foot. Inhale, stepping back. Down dog. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, bending at the elbows, opening the heart. And taking one full breath here. And your next inhale, rising the arms up. Exhale, framing that foot. Inhaling back. And exhale, down dog. And then inhale, coming forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. And exhale, releasing all the way down onto the mat. Go ahead and bring the tops of both feet onto the mat, pressing the thighs down into your mat. You can rest your head on the mat as the tops of your hands also come to your mat. Just taking a breath here. And then go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back, drawing the fists down and away. And on an inhale, you're gonna bring your feet and arms up. Exhale, releasing. And one more time, I'm gonna take that one more time. So on an inhale, raising your chest up, feet and legs off the mat, thighs squeezing together, fists drawing down towards your tailbone. And gently releasing. Go ahead and make your way onto your back. Bringing your palms by your hips, soles of the feet to the mat, and walking them in as close as you can. And then bringing the legs to press together. I'm going to begin to roll up into bridge. So beginning to bring the hips up, vertebra by vertebra. Rolling your shoulders under, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs, pressing down through the heels. And finding a few deep breaths here. And beginning to release the shoulders. And beginning to roll down. Nice and slow. Hips come to the mat last. And bringing your knees up and hugging them in. Counter pose to release that spine. Maybe you rock your hips back and forth. Maybe you make little circles. And then bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Go ahead and cross the left ankle over the right knee. And keeping that top foot nice and flexed. Go ahead and begin to lift the sole of the foot off the mat, and you can grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin for figure four. Maybe you press the left thigh out a little bit with that left elbow. And continue to draw in. Really seeing if you can find that sweet spot here, continuing to work into the hips today. As we lie here, breathing into this space, just holding grace for ourselves, wherever we're at. Beginning to release that foot back to the ground. Go ahead and uncross, and then switch the cross. Bring that right ankle to the left knee. Inhale, drawing up. You'll probably find, which is also the case for me, that one hip will be a little bit more open than the other. And just continue to work towards that balance. Gently releasing. Bring both feet to the mat. Go ahead again and bring that left foot over the right knee, but fully crossing as if you were like sitting. And go ahead and drop both knees over. You might draw your arm out and gaze out over the left shoulder. If that's too much for your neck, you can keep gazing up or to the right. On your next inhale, drawing the knees up through center and switching across. Go ahead and drop your knees over to the left. This time maybe gazing out over your right shoulder if that's available to you. Your next inhale, coming up through center. And releasing both legs down to the mat. Bringing the arms out away from the sides and just finding a nice, comfortable Shavasana. As you make your way here, just beginning to relax around the eyes, relaxing the jaw, the tongue. For the next couple minutes, just being present with yourself. There's nowhere you need to go. Nothing you need to be doing right now. Just becoming present with your breath. Feel your belly soften. Your spine gently supported by the earth. Bringing awareness back into the body, taking a deep inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. And maybe beginning to stretch your arms overhead. And taking your time, bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. And go ahead and make your way onto your side for fetal position. And take a couple breaths there. And as you're ready, beginning to push up slowly, allowing your head to come up last. And bringing your hands together, pressing your palms into one another, and then bringing the base of the thumbs to your sternum, dropping your shoulders down away from your ears. Just having gratitude for yourself, for arriving today on your mat, for dedicating to opening and healing. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.